Hi everybody, Chris from Westward Vehicles. I'm delighted to showcase our brand new Max EV refuse hauler. So we've been working on this for roughly about a year. We now have an integrated hydraulic poly bin, a 1 3/4 bin that is fastened to our chassis with a payload of up to about 800 pounds on the back. It's really kind of like a nifty, compact little refuse hauler for any places where you're tight on space, like university campuses, downtowns, boardwalks, etc. The Max is a pretty robust vehicle, so we have a full powder-coated roll bar chassis, full independent suspension, full automotive hydraulic disc brakes, and some cool options that you can add, such as an electric parking brake, an extra caliper on the rear rotor that locks the vehicle in park for safety. You can add 4-wheel drive, so a dual motor setup, two 10.5 kilowatt motors, and then we also do stackable 8 kilowatt lithium batteries with pretty much the longest range on the market. You can currently start with just the 8 kilowatt, although we do recommend going to the 16 kilowatt as the refuse hauler takes energy, heat and or air conditioning if you have an enclosed cab. This is an open cab model headed down to Southern California, but we do also enclose with heating and factory air conditioning. You'll see it's our standard cab. This is an ORV. We are working on integrating this for an LSV, but it's not quite final. Plenty of space in here and lots of access, especially without the doors. This has the upgraded display with, of course, backup camera. Also rear parking sensors, so that you see, you get a sense of how close you are as you back up to objects. This one has a Bluetooth radio, ceiling light, cabin fan, and that's pretty much it inside. Again, driving the vehicle is pretty easy and typical. Just foot on the brake, change direction with a little toggle switch here, and go in the direction needed. Getting out, this is the refuse addition we have done. And what I love about this is that it's an additional option. So we can actually ship the refuse hauler with a kit to fit any newer Maxes. So it does not have to be a dedicated refuse vehicle. It can be an additional option to the back. This is the switch, which we are about to mount. We're just waiting on customer input as to where this should be mounted for their preference. But as you see, it's a pretty quick lift. I didn't time that, but that was basically under 10 seconds. And again, you're good for up to about 800 pounds. At the 800 pound mark, it will really start slowing down because we don't really want operators exceeding the payload capability. For these early models, we made a nice powder coated cover here so that the batteries and some of the controlling features like the PCU, etc., are all nicely covered. This has a new dual shock suspension kit that increases payload on our Max. And then you can see basically the hydraulic pump, which is really easy to access, and the AC motor. Again, if you think you need more power, you can easily go to our dual motor 4-wheel drive setup. The batteries you cannot see in this video because of this panel, but it's really easy to take this panel off and see them. Again, we have pretty much the longest range on the market, up to 24 or 32 kilowatt hour packs, which is really a lot for an electric utility vehicle. I'm going to bring this back down. And then just going to the back of the unit. So the pivoting height would be around the 5.5 feet On our spec page, we do have an exact dimension for you. We made a nice cover here to keep all the pistons, etc., safe. And on this unit, you will have bumper guards, third brake light. This has the upgraded backup cam and parking sensors. You can also add, for example, a trailer hitch on this in case you do have to bring around any small trailers. I do really look forward to this being a great alternative for universities and cities and other fleet customers out there. If you do have any questions on the unit, please do not hesitate to contact any of our authorized dealers or Westward, sales at westwardindustries.com. Thank you.